be astonished.
My name is Jason. I have loved video games my entire life. I have spent thousands of hours playing video games and honing my skills. I am on a quest to beat some of gaming's hardest challenges. It will make me laugh, it will make me cry, and it will make me very annoyed. Patience will be tested, controllers will be broken, but in the end, a champion will be born. I was put on this planet for one reason, to play video games. I am the Nes Ninja, and this is my story. Isn't it a beautiful night, Henry? It's just me and you out here in the backyard, chilling like a couple of bros. I don't think anything could ruin this perfect night. Oh my god, what's that? What's happening? Oh my god, is that a meteor? Whoa, this is an NES game. Did this literally just fall from space? Should we play it, Henry? Galaga, Demons of Death, or just simply referred to as NES Galaga, was released in 1988 in North America.
Today I'm going to be playing some Galaga.
This is a port of the world-famous arcade game Galaga that was released in 1981. What's funny about NES Galaga is it's actually also kind of a re-release. In 1985, the Famicom version of Galaga was released in Japan. What's interesting about the North America version is they felt the need to add the subtitle Demons of Death. As if American gamers wouldn't think the title Galaga was enough, they needed to add the cool subtitle. I will admit, the subtitle Demons of Death is pretty badass. I don't know why they just couldn't call it Galaga. Calling it Galaga Demons of Death makes it seem like it's another game in the series or some sort of sequel, when it's really just a port of the original arcade game. I don't know why they just couldn't call it Galaga. The world may never know. Gameplay, let's talk about the gameplay. There really isn't anything too special about this port of Galaga. It plays pretty much identical to the arcade version. The only big difference is the graphics. Obviously the graphics is a slight downgrade from the arcade version, because the NES doesn't have the robust arcade hardware to run the game. This game was programmed specifically to run on the NES hardware, which explains the slight difference in vibe and graphical fidelity. The plot of the game is pretty simple, and I'm not going to go too deep into the Galaga lore. Basically, if you've never played Galaga before... Hey Henry, that's not nice. Not everyone has had the chance to play old games like this. Although if you've never played Galaga, I highly recommend you play it at some point in your life. It is one of the greatest arcade games ever made. The basic plot of Galaga is simple. You're a spaceship and you're fighting these weird bug alien ship things. The actual lore states you play as Galaga. I don't know if I said that correctly, but apparently it's pronounced Galaga. What's confusing is apparently the enemies in the game are also called Galaga, also sometimes referred to as Galagans. I was doing some research online and even other people were confused with the name of the spaceship. Who knows what the name is? For now, I'm just going to call it the spaceship or the player. The goal of the game is pretty simple. Each stage you must survive an onslaught of Galaga aliens and destroy them all to progress to the next level. Galaga was designed to be an endless arcade game, but it does cap out at around 255 levels. That's enough about the arcade version though. If you're a gamer, you probably know about Galaga and have played it before. Today I'm talking about the NES version. A quick look through the manual explains things specific to the NES version. The controls are pretty simple. You move left and right on the D-pad to move your spaceship. And a nice feature about this game is the A and the B button are both used to shoot your missiles. So if you prefer using A over B or B over A, you're in luck. A or B? Like I said earlier, the goal of Galaga is to destroy all of the enemy spaceships that look like various insects or bugs. The game is fun because you can compete and try to get a high score, or you can see how many stages you can complete before you run out of lives and the game ends. This version of Galaga also features the iconic challenge stages, where you shoot many different patterns of ships in hopes to rack up your score and potentially gain extra lives. Speaking of extra lives, you get your first extra life at 30,000 points. then another at 70,000, and then another every 70,000 points you get. Next, let's talk about the player and enemies. The game features many different enemies known as Galaga. These are the aliens you're fighting in the game. There are many variations of them. Some look like bees or butterflies, while others look like scorpions. I'd say the variety of enemies is pretty good in Galaga. The enemies have 2 attacks. Most of the time they shoot missiles to try to kill you, but another way they try to kill you is a suicide attack, which is crazy. They will try to intentionally fly into your ship to blow you and themselves up in the process. Most of the enemies in the game can be destroyed with 1 missile hit. However, there is an enemy called the Boss Galaga that takes 2 hits to destroy. The Boss Galaga design is iconic to the game. At first they appear green, and then once you shoot them once, they turn purple. They also have a tractor beam that I will talk about in a minute. Now let's talk about the player. The player is referred to in the manual as a fighter or fighters. The fighter is the spaceship you use to destroy the aliens or Galaga. You start out with 1 fighter, but there's actually an interesting way you can get another one at the same time on the screen. Sometimes one of the Boss Galaga will fly down and activate its tractor beam. This is how you get another fighter. All you have to do is fly up into the tractor beam. I know it looks scary or dumb and you might think you might lose a life. What actually happens is your ship gets stolen, you actually use another life of yours. Then if you destroy the Boss Galaga that took your ship, you gain another fighter. This extra fighter is super useful for destroying the waves of enemies fast and efficiently. Getting this extra fighter is an easy way to get farther in the game. You'll see many players do this regularly and it helps you a lot. The only downside is that the 2 fighters take up more space at the bottom of the screen, and it's really easy to lose one of the fighters while trying to dodge enemy missiles or suicide attacks. After playing the game and studying it myself, I can safely say this is a very good port of the arcade game. Overall, I don't have much more to say about NES Galaga. It's a pretty faithful port to the arcade version. You know, it's simple, it's fun, it's addicting. That's all you really need in an arcade game. And, you know, this version of Galaga is one of those games that sits in your NES library and you pull it out, you know, every once in a while just to play, just to try to get the high score and to just kill a bunch of aliens. It's super fun. And, you know, if you've never played Galaga, I highly recommend you check out this home console version on the NES, or you go into an actual arcade and play Galaga. But yeah, this is a pretty solid port of the arcade game, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, we're all done filming for the night, Henry. You can go to bed, don't worry. I'm just gonna stay up for a little bit and play some more Galaga because this game is addicting. But yeah, good night. I hope you sleep good, bro. Oh my God, Henry, what's going on? Thank you so much for saving Henry, E.T. How did you do it?